learned in gym class to escape police and then get rescued by biker gangs. We live in the strangest timeline. Other protesters attempted to escape through the sewer system. The situation in Hong Kong has become Mission Impossible and The Fugitive at the same time. Mission The Fugitive. No, that doesn't work. What does work is apparently more medieval siege tactics. Protesters on campus faced off with heavily armed police by throwing bricks and Molotov cocktails. One protester reportedly shot a bow and arrow and hit a policeman in the leg, and police responded to these medieval weapons with a threat of modern deadly force.
I would warn the writer, don't test our bottom line. And if we have to respond, I believe the only option is to use deadly weapon.
So once again, Hong Kong police are threatening to use deadly weapons on Hong Kong protesters, which is no empty threat, considering Hong Kong police have already shot protesters with real bullets, once on October 1st and again on November 11th. Both protesters survived thanks to emergency medical treatment. But those incidents make protesters worried that police really are willing to open fire. So thousands of ordinary citizens took to the streets on Monday to ask police to let the students out of the university, including parents of some of the students stuck inside. Save our kids? Who are they asking? Because the police don't seem to be willing to help, unless by help you mean tear gas. In the end, most of the students were let out to be arrested or registered by the police. On the plus side, midterms are canceled. So what do you think? Leave your comments below. And this episode has been sponsored by Sir. Who are they asking? Because the police don't seem to be willing to help, unless by help you mean tear gas. In the end, most of the students were let out to be arrested or registered by the police. On the plus side, midterms are canceled. So what do you think? Leave your comments below. And this episode has been sponsored by Surfshark. You definitely should be using a VPN whenever you go online. Surfshark protects your identity. So, say you're Googling how to escape a medieval siege using school supplies. Police won't be able to track you. Surfshark is great for Hong Kong, mainland China, or anywhere in the world where you don't want the government monitoring what you do online. And if you're in a place where the government starts blocking off parts of the internet, you can use Surfshark's No Borders mode to get around it. Plus, with Surfshark, you can connect as many devices as you want. Try it out with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Plus, Surfshark has a special discount for China Uncensored fans. Go to surfshark.com/uncensored and use the code UNCENSORED to get 83% off a 2-year plan and 3 additional months free. Protect yourself online? Click the link below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time. Chinese leaders announce new solutions to fix the crisis in Hong Kong. There's just one problem. They've already tried them before. And guess how that turned out. Welcome back to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. Another weekend of pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong left dozens of people injured and one man in critical condition. In one shocking incident, a man shouting pro-Beijing slogans slashed 4 people with a knife. And then he bit off part of the ear of
That's those damn bats! Engaged, let's Strider 3 escape. We're calling off the withdrawal. Both of you, watch out for their missiles! The missile alert didn't go off in time. It hit me as soon as I heard it.
It may be that the enemy's missiles have stealth capabilities. Their missiles may hit you immediately after your missile alert goes off.
So that's the trick. Calling out to unidentified aircraft. Cease combat immediately and withdraw. What the?
Brigadier General Clemens is radioing enemy aircraft on Ocean channels.
Nicely done. You siblings can go to hell together. Brother and sister? I'll keep them busy.
Strata 1, target acquired. Missile away.
I'm hit. You're right. Good, you're on their 6. It's 2-on-2, Trigger. We can't lose. Sorry, wuss, but you don't count. It's 2-on-1. Who are you calling a wuss? Strider 1, shoot them down. Please, just shut up.
The bats seem to have enhanced their ECM capabilities.
Righto. We're trying to make you chase one so the other can get on your ass. We're not retreating, and neither will you. We end this here.
Watch it.
And we'll be the last ones flying. Firing. It didn't hit. The next round is
Have you ever thought that you wanted something so bad that if you could just get your hands on it, your life would be so much better? And then you get it and like it's cool until you realize that maybe you only wanted it because you didn't have it yet. Well, gentle viewers, I too have had that same experience. I thought I wanted a gaming laptop with a 4K and 120 Hz display. So when Razer sent us the first laptop ever equipped with that very thing, I mean guys, this is two of the coolest buzzwords ever in the same room, I was understandably excited. But as I used it, I started to feel something akin to buyer's remorse, which is especially troubling considering that I didn't even pay for the thing. Allow me to explain. Ridge Wallet is the sleek way to keep wallet bulge down with its compact frame and RFID blocking inner plates. Use offer code Linus to save 10% and get free worldwide shipping at the link below. I've been saying for years that 4K doesn't make a ton of sense on laptops, for a number of reasons. One is that the largest 17-inch laptop displays are still too small for human eyes to properly appreciate the higher pixel count from a normal viewing distance. Two, the increased pixel density means that it's actually more difficult for light to pass through, which might explain the weak 310 nit peak brightness here. And three, rendering at a higher resolution puts more strain on the GPU, decreasing both battery life and gaming performance at native resolution. On top of all of that, you then get to pay a hefty premium. The 4K version of the Blade Pro is a whopping $600 more than the 1080p 144 Hz option. 120 Hz on the other hand though, that is normally great to have. It's just that the highest end gaming desktops have trouble reaching 120 frames per second at 4K, let alone a gaming notebook, even if it's got a top spec Core i7-9750H and RTX 2080 Max-Q. So what you're probably gonna end up dealing with is playing your games at 1440p with gross dithering from running at a non-native resolution, or going all the way down to 1080p, wasting those perfectly good extra pixels that could have been used by kids who are still stuck with 768p monitors or something. And in our testing of the Razer Blade Pro 17, these issues arrived right on cue. In our video playback test with the screen set to 60 Hz and using NVIDIA Optimus, which switches between the dedicated GPU and the Intel integrated graphics, the battery lasted less than 4 hours. With the screen set to 120 Hz and using the discrete graphics card, the battery lasted less than 2. And to be clear guys, that was just watching videos, not editing them. But the story here isn't as clear-cut as it may at first seem. You see, there is a scenario where you would want a 4K notebook display. Professional, creative work. And while Apple has clearly been having a grand old time slapping Pro on every one of its consumer products lately, Razer seems to have intentionally and justifiably applied the Pro moniker to this machine. Its build quality and design is very similar to previous Razer Blade Pros, but that's okay. The matte finish unfortunately doesn't stand up well to fingerprints, but it's otherwise clean and refined, but with a fun side courtesy of the RGB keyboard backlighting. The trackpad is large and accurate, among the best on the PC side of things, and the keyboard is, well, it's okay. I mean, the switches are fine, but Razer has brought back the 2 speaker grills next to the keyboard, which appears to have not only prevented them from including a number pad, which is kind of an expectation on a 17-inch design, but it also means that Razer is still using their infuriating a grand old time slapping Pro on every one of its consumer products lately. Razer seems to have intentionally and justifiably applied the Pro moniker to this machine. Its build quality and design is very similar to previous Razer Blade Pros, but that's okay. The matte finish unfortunately doesn't stand up well to fingerprints, but it's otherwise clean and refined, but with a fun side courtesy of the RGB keyboard backlighting. The trackpad is large and accurate, among the best